Hello, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Victoria, aka The Unlikely Accountant. So why am I the unlikely accountant? Well, it's a good question. Basically, when I was younger, I used to watch Friends and Sex and the City, and I was obsessed with New York. And I thought, when I grow up, I want to work in fashion in New York. That was my dream when I was at school. And then I don't really know what happened, but I guess over those years between school and uni, I think I realised I probably wasn't cool enough to work in fashion actually, and that wasn't going to be realistic. And instead thought, what profession am I cool enough for? Oh yeah, I'll be a chartered accountant. So that's what I did. I became a chartered accountant working in Manchester. And when I would tell people that I was an accountant, I'd usually get one of two responses. So the first one would be, "Oh, aren't you a bit too cheerful to be an accountant?" Because obviously there's the whole sort of boring stereotype that goes with accountancy, which obviously is nonsense. But secondly, people would say, "Oh, I couldn't do that job. I'm not a numbers person." And over the years, it's kind of annoyed me as people have said that because I think, well, what do you mean you're not a numbers person? Are you saying that because you didn't enjoy maths at school? Because that doesn't mean that you're not a numbers person. It just means when you're at school, you probably didn't have the context for why maths was going to be useful in your future life. Or maybe you just didn't enjoy Pythagoras' theorem, and that's fine, because I've never in my adult life come across a situation where I've needed to know that. But what really worries me is if people genuinely believe that they are not a numbers person, because whether you like it or not, money makes the world go round. There's no avoiding it. It's so important in our daily lives. And yet it's still very much a taboo topic. People don't want to talk about it. It is no exaggeration to say that we would rather talk about sex than talk about money. You know, at school we have sex education, we don't have finance education. And I don't know about you, but money and finance plays a daily part of my life. I can't say that about the other one. And so, if it features so heavily in our lives, why aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we in control of it? Why don't we have better habits? And so, whilst accountancy might not have been my number one career of choice, I'm actually quite pleased that I went into that profession because it's given me such a good grounding and helped me build good habits, really, such that I now feel that I'm completely in control of my own personal finances and I have confidence when it comes to money. And again, not everyone can say that. And so, really, what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel and also by my podcast of the same name is to encourage everybody to be an unlikely accountant. Don't sell yourself short and say that you're not a numbers person because it's just not true. You have what it takes to be comfortable with money because I genuinely believe that being in control of your finances really is the secret to a happier life. You know, more money does not equal more happiness. More control equals more happiness. And so if you can just get control, you will have a happier life. And who doesn't want that? So if you think this sounds like it might be up your street, then please hit subscribe. I haven't decided where I'm going to superimpose the button. Hit subscribe, like the page, and also subscribe to my podcast. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and Google.